Sophia here from my great challenge. Welcome back to my Dock Your House series, Declutter, Organize and Clean. This is episode 11. It's Monday the 3rd of February and I am finally off today. Whew, it's been a very long week and a half, I have to be honest. Yesterday I was totally overwhelmed and I don't know how I even managed to do the linen. To be honest, I had a pounding headache and migraine. I don't know if it showed, but wow, it was rough yesterday. So here's my jar. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel, Dock series. What is this about? Tackle your house and your decluttering areas on a random basis rather than agonizing over which area to start with. Just put them all in a jar, pick one, accountability, variety, and an element of fun as well, and we just go ahead and do it. So let's pick one. Don't know what it's gonna be today. Hopefully it's not the kids' clothes because I really don't want to do that. You'll find out that there's some areas you just don't want to deal with. You just don't. Okay, what did I pick? Kitchen pantry. Here we go. We're gonna do the kitchen pantry. I can manage that. So what I do once I have picked an item, I put it into a little Ziploc bag. And once the jar is empty, all of the stickies are in there. I'll put them back in the jar and we start over next year or next month. It doesn't matter. So while we're here, I might as well show you the kitchen because kitchen is doing pretty good. Yes, the system is working. There's nothing there. Everything's been clean actually this morning. I kind of disinfected everything because, you know, coronavirus, I'm a little concerned about that. But the system I put together for my mini office here is working. And if you're on Instagram, you probably know already. Yeah, the toaster oven crapped out on us. So I reclaimed some space here on the counter. I'm ambivalent as to whether or not I want to replace it. We really used it a lot and we liked it. However, I didn't like the fact that it was taking so much counter space. So I'm going to live without it for a while. Right now we're toasting stuff in the main oven. And then over here, you remember when I had appendicitis? Yeah, that plant is still alive. I've been nursing it. But very obviously it could use a bigger pot. So I have one of those pots that I found on the street that actually was for sale, and I said, you know what, nah, I'm going to use it for my plants. So I have to get more soil. I'm a little out of soil, and I'm going to repot it later on. But let's go to the pantry because that's what we're supposed to do today. Right, so here's the pantry. It's not a butler's pantry. I could do without it. I don't know if I could, but anyway, it would be great to take this space and make a single bath out of it. I mean, not a single bath, just a toilet, you know what I mean? So yeah, obviously I gotta do all of this. It's a mess. I just can't keep it up. I can't keep organized. There's some stuff I want to do in here. I have a lot of platters that are taking space in the cabinet over there that I don't use very often. I think I'm going to really use this as a butler's pantry and start putting ceramic platters and dishes and stuff like that in here. And very obviously all of this has to be decluttered. So we're going to start from the top. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to make an inventory of what we got and what I plan on using, what I actually use on a regular basis versus stuff that we absolutely do not use. And get rid of stuff that is expired, reorganized well, and see how much space I regain for platters and such. So I'm on my step ladder. We're gonna start with this one right here, top ramen. That's Edwards. There's stuff in there. Brown sugar obviously doesn't. What's all this stuff? Okay, I don't have room for this. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. Put it right here. This is my Korean stuff, which I really like. Classic yellow cake. Okay. I'm moving the stuff to a different shelf. Belgian milk chocolate. Okay. Scott's butterscotch stash. Just found it. Okay, cornstarch. I don't know if I need this. All right, let's clean this. And you know, this is really high. I have to get a ladder to get on this. So I think this would be ideal for my platters because I really don't use them every day. I'm talking, I use them maybe once a month, if even that. So I wouldn't mind fetching them up there. So let me go get them. I want to put them up there now. And you know, I'm only doing this now because that has to be addressed. A little bit of everything. My problem is that I don't know if they're going to fit. Let me see if they do. If they fit, they go up there. This one, I don't know if I want to keep it. And they do fit. That's wonderful. Okay, so platters are gonna be here. I think I'm gonna use those two top shelves here for things like that because again, they are high and you don't really have access to them all that easily, but they're perfect for storing stuff. So this stays here. Let me tackle this one. You know, that's what I'm trying to avoid here is emptying out the whole pantry and making a big mess. I don't know what that is. I think it's leftover lentils. And then in here, the sauce that I don't even know if it's still good. 2014. Yeah, I think I can let go of this. So I cleaned the shelf and now I have my baking dishes here. So this is working out for me because they take room in the regular cupboard underneath the counter, and really these don't get out that often. These definitely don't get out that often, but at least I have a space for them. So now I'm gonna empty those because those I can reach without having to get on the step stool. I'm gonna put everything on the counter and see what we can do with those four right here. I'm not touching that yet. And yes, today's the day I'm changing those old labels from 5 years ago. Actually, you know what? Let me get some Windex and wet them first. Okay, so those four shelves are pretty much all baking stuff in various stages of opening. So, plus some dog cookies and biscuits and something green. I think this is, and we're gonna get rid of this now because it's leaving me green everywhere. So I'm gonna go and wash the shelves. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna go over this, consolidate Mary, figure out what goes where, look at expiration dates, and reorganize the baking aisle. Because really this is all baking, I think. What's this? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I just spent about 15 minutes getting rid of green food coloring that was literally everywhere. Now, finally getting rid of those. It's about time, you'd say, huh? Okay, so now I have four shelves that I gotta figure out what to do with them. Let me push all of this here. Let's start with the big box. Biscuits, or Bisquick. What's the expiration date on this guy? You don't want to know. Goodbye. Crème brûlée. This has got to be, oh my goodness. Yeah, 2016. Okay, back we go. Though, you know what? It's dry good. They might still be good. This just expired a month ago. I'm sure this is still good. These. 20 December 2019. That's still good. 20 December 2019. That's still good. And then this one, 2020. Okay, so these are cake mix. Let's put them back. Okay, so now I have a choice. I have a deep shelf and a shelf that's not as deep. And I had all of my sugar, flour, and stuff in the deep shelf. And what happened is that the stuff got pushed all the way in the back. And I forgot I had it. Like, for instance, cornmeal. This is Truvia. Let me get these when I clean the top. I'm not going to empty the containers and rewash them because for the most part they've been sealed. You see that green stuff? There was a bottle of food coloring that opened up and I literally had green stuff everywhere. Okay, so granulated white sugar. I'm gonna let go of the little bit I got here because I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put that instead. And that's labeled. Good. This is brown sugar. That's labeled too. I gotta wash this. Now, do I have another brown sugar? That's turbinado sugar. It's a little bit different. I think that's it. Okay. This is flour. I'm missing the top. Making a big mess. I'm going to redo the labels for those. Okay, so I have white sugar, brown sugar, white flour. This is Truvia, cornmeal. This is stuff with green again. This is confectioner's sugar. And then I have turbinado sugar, semolina flour. I need to find containers for those. Okay, I need to relabel all of this. Quick update. Platters on the top. I still need to label the shelves. Baking dish here. This is cake mix. I did label that. This is empty. Over here I have the beginning of baking and everything has been wiped down and relabeled with baking here and baking there. And then on the side, I'm starting to make a list of what's in there. So that way I don't have to move everything when I'm looking for something. If I know I have it, then I can go and look for it. If I don't have it listed, then I have to purchase it. So far this is where I'm at. I'm liking this. I gotta be honest, I think that I might be able to put all of this in here. Let me figure this out. I really don't like the idea of stuff all the way in the back, but if I have it listed, there shouldn't be a problem. Well, in theory. So now we got this basket here. Made a big mess, huh? Okay, I just cleaned the kitchen. This has been left open. No bueno. Okay. These are the cupcakes. These are all the yeasts and stuff. I'm gonna make a basket of baking supplies, right? Because that's what it is. So we have these. This is good. How many of these do I have? Should be inspired to make some. Cupcakes now. Butterscotch morsels. October 2020, still good. This is empty. This is good. This is baking supplies. Everything else can go except for this, this, and that. So let me put all of this, and this in trash so I can start bringing the rest. So I'm really liking the way this is shipping up so far. So I got everything labeled. I moved the label up because I moved this up here. I have baking supplies here. There's nothing else in this cupboard over there, and then the list is here. So now I'm done with this area. I'm gonna tackle the bottom. Well, I might as well empty out everything and re-clean. Okay, so I have to decide what I'm going to do with all the cup of noodles. These are Edwards. Let me find a space for them. They're going to go all the way at the bottom. I think that's probably the best place for them. Next is cereals. I don't need two open. We're going to consolidate these. Okay, so that and this, that's cereals. And that's cereals. Okay. Oh, and grits. That's it for cereals. One of my biggest issues, this has got to go. This is so old, forget it. I don't even want to open it. Our biggest issue here is the cookies. These are crackers. I'm going to put them somewhere else. Because the cookies, actually, it's not too bad right now, but you can tell that we have issues, right? And for those of you who watch the channel, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so as of now, there's only one box of cookies. So what I'm going to do is take a basket, and that's going to be for the cookies, and that way the kids can pull this. And maybe I'm going to be lucky and stock is going to stop buying gazillion boxes of cookies. Okay, this is all cookies. Let me label this. It's gonna have its own shelf. So on the left side I got cereals, and that's labeled. I have cookies in a basket. It is really less cookies than usual. Crackers on this shelf. This is the cat food, and then at the bottom is Edward's cup of noodles. So I'm only left with the right side now, which is basically dry goods, pasta, stuff like that. So let me empty that and reorganize it. I'll be right back. And I'm done. And I'm not gonna lie, it took 2.5 hours because it was painstaking. It really was. So on the top here, recap, we have baking dishes and platters, which I reach for not often, so it makes sense to have them there. This is all baking stuff, very nicely organized. On this side here I have cereals, cookies, crackers, cat food, Edward's Japanese stuff. Here I have pasta and rice, and I'm probably gonna need more space at some point if I get another type of rice, because I don't have room right now for quinoa or lentils, which I purchase on a regular basis, but I have room at the bottom or here. This is all sauces and jars, and you notice I removed all the old labels, right? Took me years to do it, but I did it. These are all the canned goods, and then at the bottom here is miscellaneous, which is basically ammonia and white vinegar. That's it. So my pantry, let me open this, is looking pretty well organized, and I am very happy with it. It did take some time because I had to clean everything, and I wiped all the shelves. I had to remove all the labels that were there, but it's done, and job well done. So now I just have to clean the kitchen, which is not too much, and Scott and I are gonna have lunch. I'm taking Edward, yeah, this is empty, see, I emptied that. I have little bits and pieces of empty bags everywhere. I'm taking Edward and myself to the stores later on. And that would be it for this week's video, because I don't think I'm gonna have time to film another one during the week. So that's gonna be posted Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know yet. But anyway, this was number 11 in my Declutter, Organize and Clean series. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see where the next video will take us. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!